With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the Mr. Backbone and Posture up here to start the first Friday of the first month of the brand new year off, the end of week. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man hails from Dallas, Texas, and I'm thanking God for him. He made a decision. One day he got up to use the restroom, so you don't remember the story, and his boss kind of texted him, "Hey, where you at? Are you okay?" Because his keyboard was not moving. And he said, "Mr. Thomas, that was enough to piss me OFF, because my boss is younger than I am, and he had the audacity to ask me, am I okay? When I can't even get up to use. How many of y'all got pissed off at work before? But had it piss you off enough to make you make a decision and even work hard in your business to get relief? Remember what I said earlier? God did not put us down here for work. He put us down here with a gift, and the gift is having our own business. So he decided to do that. I love the idea. He went out in his garage, took out the air of his car. He said, look, I'm not driving until I get to that next promotion. And if I have to hitchhike, call Uber, or catch, I'm going to talk to everybody, because I got to knock out that next promotion. And I'm looking forward to see him walk the stage. We got 24 days for International in Dallas, in his backyard. So without further ado, can we give a warm welcome to none other than the great, the one and only, incomparable Sam Foster.
All right, all right. Thank you for that warm introduction, Mr. Thomas. I appreciate you, sir, and your platform. Everybody that's on the call, especially the people that's international. I know we got Miss Akinko on the call all the way from Japan. I thank you, ma'am. I think it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I appreciate you. Don't take you for granted. Mr. Jabri Clemens, also thank you, sir, for being on the call, doing what you do. If you are taking notes, I thought about this. My message switched about 2 or 3 times. I know you guys see this on my head. It's on my head for a reason. If you're taking notes, the title of my message today is, what in the residual income are we doing? That's a question and a challenge for everybody on the call. What in the residual income are we doing? All right. And Mr. Jabri Clemens, if you have the ability to do so, sir, we want to run this video.
These people play God with your lives. My titi Amalia, my wife's aunt, worked for a company for 19 years. She was months away from retiring. She thought this company was her company. Rain, sleet, or snow, she walked up every day, worked for her bosses, did all type of things for her bosses. She thought they was just one big family. One day the boss came, shut down the business. There is no security in jobs. 19 years the woman went there. They just shut down the business. Now she didn't get no bonus. She didn't get no retirement. She didn't get no warning. A year's passed. Titi Amalia still crying every day. She can't believe these people did this to her. This is why you have to be your own boss. You have to know that the only person that is going to give you security you want is you. Sometimes God gives us setbacks, but he's just setting you up for a comeback.
Wow, wow, wow. In the name of Mr. Thomas, wow, wow, wow. That's right. If you heard that message correctly, this lady worked for a company for 19 years without warning, without a white flag being waved. She walked in one day and they just shut the company down. And if you heard what he said that a year later, 365 days later, this woman is still crying every day. Why? Because she attached her mind and her body to a J-O-B. Do not do it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not attach your mind and your body to a job. It is fleeting. It has wings. It will get up and fly away. Most bosses that you work for, and I'm going to go out on a limb, guys, do not want you at the job. If they could do something else, they would do something else. It's all about their bottom line. It's not about you. Imagine 19 years. And by the way, this gentleman, his name is Joe Cartagena, better known to the hip hop world as Fat Joe. I know some of y'all think that these hip hop guys are dumb. not by a long shot. This gentleman is personally responsible for a lot of entrepreneur movement in the state of New York. He has his own business. He has a flagship store that operates very well in the state of New York. He's also an entrepreneur above all things. He's a very intelligent guy. But when I saw this information, I said, wow, wow, wow. I felt like somebody had robbed me. That's why I have this mask on. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like society is robbing us. But I don't know about you. I'm ready to go back in and take my stuff back. That's right. That's right. I'm the robber. Now, I am the robber. I feel like we have been robbed and gypped long enough, ladies and gentlemen, at these jobs. So I wanted to say to you guys, what in the residual income are we doing? Mr. Thomas did a phenomenal job yesterday talking about how we need to handle our business, things of that nature. I got it, Mr. Thomas. I got it. I'm ready to go back into the enemy's camp. I'm ready to kick a door down. I'm ready to grab my stuff back. I'm ready to take myself out of the 9-to-5 rat race, the lie that they're telling everybody. You can get ahead. You can get, no, you can't get ahead. What in the residual income are you doing if you don't lock in on ACN? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first Friday of the month of January 2024. And if you're like me, I want you guys to get up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror as if you have a mask on and you're going to get your stuff back. You're going to get your mentality back. You're going to get your power back. You're going to take over your territory. I want you to get up in the morning. I want you to get in the mirror as if you got a mask. I want you to take it and put it over your face. And I want you to kick your feet as if you're kicking the door down, kicking the door down of doubt, kicking the door down of lack, kicking the door down of not having more than enough. Why is that, Sam? Because ACN is that vehicle that can get you where you want to go. Yeah. If Mr. Thomas can do it, we all can do it. He's not special. He's told us that for many, many years. Now it's time to put in the work. Do you realize that if a burglar was coming to your house, he's calculated in what he's doing or she's calculated in what they're doing? 9 times out of 10, they've already formed you. That's right. We use the word form all the time in ACN. They already know what your occupation is. They already know all of that stuff. Most people that rob you of your stuff, they know you. That's a statistical fact. Most people that rob somebody, they know your MO, which stands for method of operation. They know it. They've analyzed you. They've understood who your family members are. They understand how you go to work, what your occupation is. Why do you think they rob you at the times that they rob you? This is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Most people don't rob people they don't know. They rob people they do know. Yes. Right now, I'm taking my stuff back. I'm the robber now. I'm taking it back from all these jobs. I'm taking it back from everything that people said, oh, that's a good job. It don't exist. The man just told you 19 years this woman went to work and the man just pulled a plug on the job. Listen, it doesn't exist. I know it. I know you said, Sam, I got a good job. Yeah. That's what you say now. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have to go to work every day and clock in, it's not a good job. Warning. Take your mask, put it over your face. Kick the door down of lack, doubt, despair. Be your own boss. If you're in ACN right now, you're your own independent business owner. You just have to let your mind catch up with your heart. And if you know, like I know, there is no safety in a job. That's right, job, J-O-B, just over broke, journey of the broke. Leave it alone. Starting now, the first Friday in January, get up every day, look in the mirror, put this mask on your face, do your kick motion as if you're kicking in the door, and you stating your claim, you planting your flag, and you're saying from this day on, I will continue to strive forward to be a senior vice president. Well, I don't know, that's for somebody else. No, it's for you. Because if it wasn't for you, you wouldn't be on this call and you would not be in ACN. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, I'm going to take the mask off. Take it off. I'm in the room now. I'm scouring. I'm getting everything back. I'm getting all my stuff back. I'm getting my confidence back. I'm getting my appearance back. I'm getting my attitude back. I'm taking it back from the hand of the enemy, the boss, whoever it may be, whoever she may be. I'm coming live and direct to say it's possible for you to be your own boss. Why do I know that? Mr. Thomas been on location the last 2-3 weeks, been in all these foreign places. If he go to another foreign place, I'm jumping in the suitcase, I'm going with him. The reality is, he's not anybody special, so we don't have to expect anybody special. A common individual can do this business. How do you know that, Sam? I'm gonna reach these 3 points and I'm out of here. Why? Because I'm on my way to peak, and peak. And this is what I want to touch on, guys. As I've been going these last couple of days, well, last couple of weeks, I may add, I noticed a couple of things. Met a young man by the name of Freddie. I have an appointment with him this weekend. I was very impressed with the young man and then disappointed at the same time. What do you mean, Sam? I was impressed and disappointed at the same time because I looked at this, guys, and I said, wow, look at how many people we can actually affect in ACN in a positive way. Brian Wallace, I know you have these individuals in your city. Ishmael in California, you got these individuals. Rick Kubiak all the way in Hawaii. You're not in a foreign country, even if you were. We're in 27 of them. Get the picture. It's no smoke and mirrors. It's right to you, ladies and gentlemen. This guy by the name of Mr. Freddie, we had a casual conversation. We were at an event. He didn't realize I was peeking him, but I was. We got to talking. We hit it all pretty well, guys. And this guy told me, he said he was frustrated because he works for a school system here in Texas, and he told me the setup. And I was very disappointed in a lot of ways because I say, this guy should already know this by now. He said to me, he said, Sam, I said, what do you do? He said, I got a degree in Homeland Security and I work for a school district. They contract out and I'm one of the security specialists. He said, and I just started this school year. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah. I said, so what does the job entail? Well, he pretty much told me what the job entailed. And he said, he kept hitting on the fact that he had a degree. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay, he must think highly of himself with this degree thing. I mean, no disrespect. I got a couple of them. He could have borrowed one from me. Think about it. I mean, that didn't impress me at all. No disrespect to the degree aspect, but you don't need a degree. Give me the money. Give me the money. I mean, but the reality of it was he kept hitting on this degree so much. He said, man, I don't understand it. I got a degree in Homeland Security. I'm a cyber specialist. And I got to thinking to myself, he's hooked on the title. He's hooked on the title. Captain Williams, he's hooked on the title. That's what it is, guys. He's drunk off his own title. Lurleen Jones, he's drunk off his own title. Danny Payne, all the way in Canada, he's drunk off his own title. If we can ever get society to get off their titles, what in the residual income was this man thinking? He thought that if he got a degree, it was going to supersede him sensational above everybody else. But I'm going to let you guys know something now. David Enlow, I don't care how many degrees you got. Dan Jones, Joshua Casey, I don't care how many you got. If you got to go to work every day, you trade time for dollars, and they're going to always give you a tip called a paycheck. I don't care how you slice that pie. I don't care how much they try to give you. It's going to always come up to be a crumb. Because if it's not yours, if it don't say independent business owner, if it don't say you the boss, if it don't say residual income, they can keep it. They can keep it. If it don't say a title of independent, if it don't say residual, they can keep it. They can keep it. This man got so hooked on his title, he thought that when they hired him, he said they told him, here's the big lie. They told him, we're going to try you out for 6 months. And after 6 months, we're going to give you a raise. Well, my question is, how much of a raise are they going to give him after 6 months? I mean, he was talking like they was going to give him ownership after 6 months. I mean, not only that, guys, but let's get a little more detail with it. This guy has to drive. And I'm not making this up, guys. I'm not making this up. I wish I was making this up because I end up having another conversation with the young man. We end up getting, pretty cool within the last couple of weeks. We had several conversations, told him, of course, about the business, sending my information. We're going back and forth. We actually have been in two different situations in the last couple of weeks. So we've connected with each other. Now, this young man stays about an hour and a half away from the Dallas area. So his job now is about an hour and a half. He lives about an hour and a half away. So he has to drive about an hour and a half one way for this job. Now I'm confused right then and now because you got to drive an hour and a half, but watch this, guys. Here's the caveat to it. His car broke down. Now, they're out now for school for winter break. His car broke down. It cost $1,800 for him to get his car fixed. That's right. Deborah, I get it. I looked at him. I said, how much? He said, $1,800. Watch this. He had just started the job this particular semester. So, you go fall and you go spring in the school year. Well, he just started in the fall. He not making enough, and it's $1,800 to get the car fixed. Why? Because he got to drive an hour and a half, Mr. Thomas. Come on now. He still got to go to work. Wait a minute now. You driving an hour and a half one way. You're not making what you're supposed to be making or what you want to make. Now they gave you something with a carrot on it saying, we'll evaluate you in 6 months. Well, I did the math. Dale Ransom, I did the math. With the amount of money that he made on the job, he's already 3 months behind with the $1,800 he had to spend. Watch this, guys. I can't make this up if I want to. I just met the guy. He had to end up borrowing some money from his father-in-law to catch up on the bills and to get the car fixed. Now you still going out there. I told him personally, I said, man, you need to go to these people and really find out what's going on, because in 6 months, you're going to be broke. Not only you going to be broke, but you playing from behind already. I said, you spend $1,800 on your car, you got to drive one way? He said, oh, you got a point. This is the mentality of the 9-to-5er. Because he thinks that going to work is going to get him ahead of the game. That's not how it works. What they do on the job is they bait and switch it. They baited him in on the degree side. Oh, we see you got good. Oh, you got, cybersecurity. Yeah. Watch this. They only do that because they can make themselves look good when they bid for contracts. They set him up. They set him up. Sensational, they set him up. Joshua Casey, they set him up. Curtis Evans, they set him up. Come on, crew, they set him up. Melissa Williams, they set him up. That's how they do it these days. They look at your paperwork and say, oh, that fool went to school. I'm sorry, guy. He went to school. We can use that against him, not for him, Mr. Thomas. We're going to use it against him. Because he went to school, we're going to say, oh, wow, that's wonderful. We'll let you be a manager, but we got to put you on probation for 6 months. What he didn't realize, guys, if they put him on probation for 6 months, that's fine. Have no problem with that. But, you know, the school is really a 9-month contract. So if they put him on probation for 6 months, well, shoot, they can ride him for the rest of the year. Think about it. Do the math. They can put the carrot in front of him and say, hey, we evaluating you right now. We can't give you nothing right now. We see your credentials, but right now we can't make a move because you're on probation. Why you put me on probation? Wait a minute. Shouldn't my degree say it all? Should my degree prove that I can do the job? Not the case. They use your title of the degree to make themselves look good. I had to tell him that. I said, man, do you realize because you got the degree, they're going to use that for their good and not yours, and they can keep you on the hook for the next 6 months? And if you do anything, Rick Kubiak, if he does anything, they're going to write him up. They're going to use it against him. What in the residual income are we doing? I sent this man my information. I said, man, you need to check this out because you already in the whole $1,800. They're not going to give him any more money. They're not going to go give him a cab to drive an hour and a half and say, we're going to come pick you up. Wait a minute. He had to get the car fixed. He had to rob Peter to pay Paul. He had to rob Peter to pay Paul just for the $1,800 to put in the car. They don't give him a raise for that. Then he went and told him, hey, my car broke down. They say, where you at? He said, I'm in the middle between coming and where I came from. They said, you okay? He said, yeah. They said, when you going to get the car fixed? They wanted to know, was he coming or was he going? He said, I'm at the shop now. They said, all right. They said, call us back when you get the car fixed. They don't want to hear nothing about was he okay? Was he stranded on the side of the road? Come on. What in the residual income are we doing? And I thought about it, guys. We got ACN. We got the antidote for what they talking about. We got the residual income in our pocket. Unless the comp plan changed, I told the man, I said, look, do you realize with what we got, 5 services, it's only $324. 5 services, your first 30 days is going to give you $200 in your pocket. I said, then the first 30 days, every 3 services, not 5, every 3 is going to get you $200 every 3, your first 30 days. I said, if you really think about it, I said, man, that $1,800 could be back in your pocket. And he stay in one of these country towns, no disrespect to a country town, but he stay in one of these pockets in Texas where everybody know everybody. So, man, you can be the only one now, and you can be cleaning up, and you can get back to your boss and let him be your business partner or your customer, man. In your first 30 days, you can get that $1,800 back. And after the first 30 days, that $1,800 turns into residual income. Oh my God, what in the residual income are we doing? That hit me like a ton of bricks if you just don't tell them that but that. Because if you tell them that, they got to understand the power of residual income. Then I told him, I said, if you don't believe me, man, I said, the documentation will beat the conversation. I said, man, that's a fact. Saying everything that you're doing in your house, I said, ought to be in your pocket, number one. Number two, I said, look at all these co-workers you go around when you at the job. He said, man, you right. He said, man, they say I'm one of the best workers there. Well, they would. You go in an hour and a half every day. You faithful. But then your money doesn't equate to the headache that you're going through. Come on. Your money don't equate to it. Then he said, well, he said, after my 6 months, we're going to sit down and have a talk. Have a talk? Wait a minute. Have a talk. I almost felt like cussing him out because I'm sitting here getting all this education on these conference calls, And I'm sorry, I said it before, I said it again. I went to the University of Al Thomas, so I started to do this right here on him and said, dumb as a bag of rocks, because I didn't understand what he was talking to me about, because I couldn't understand. Do you not understand you just spent $1,800 on getting your car fixed? These people told you to call them back when the car fixed, didn't ask you whether you was dead on the side of the road, whether one of your legs was cut off, no disrespect, but they only wanted to know when you was coming in. Don't that sound like an Uber driver to me? That's what I don't understand, guys. This thing is boggling my mind that these people are treating these people like dirt. Man, we got to go back and kick the door down to get our stuff back. Get your mentality back. Get your motivation back. Get your enthusiasm back to say, why would I want to work for somebody who's going to put me on the hook for 6 months when school is over with? They're going to forget about me. And I didn't tell y'all this. I mean no disrespect. But while he's out for winter break, he don't get paid. I saw him last week. I said, man, we got to talk. That's why we having the conversation this weekend. I said, do you realize, this is what I told him. I said, do you realize you're not getting paid while everybody else is out? I said, that should tell you something right there. I don't mean no disrespect to your job. I didn't want to be rude. Like, let's not be rude. But I had to tell him with compassion. I said, do you realize, man, if you're not getting paid, you're already $1,800 in the hole, and now you sitting at home not getting paid? I said, why does the title have to make a difference? I don't care what they call you. They call you assistant to the boss. It don't make your money no bigger. People are stuck on a title so bad to where they rather have a title and walk around with their chest stuck out rather than say, hey, I'm worth more. The value of a title don't have no value. Let me get out of that. No value. Okay, let me scoot on along because I'm getting all beside myself. I'm getting beside myself, guys. Pray for me. Watch this. Met a guy named Jose the other day. Uber driver. He ain't paying for a living. Now, he came and picked me up in an Uber in a BMW. So you know that knocked me off my feet because now I'm really thinking. I'm forming people everywhere I go, but I'm thinking, what's the concept? He said he was on vacation. The next 2 weeks, he on vacation. You picking me up in a BMW. You've been driving Uber for 3 weeks. I told him, guys, I said, do you realize that Uber only provides the platform? I said, you got to pay for the oil change. You got to get your tires rotated. I said, if you catch a flat, they on to the next one. You got to hit them like that, guys. I know we might be a little hesitant to be truthful with them, but sometimes you just got to let it out there and let the chips fall where they may. Why? Because at least you giving them what we would commonly call shock value. Sometimes you have to give it to them and then release. Once you get that name and number, hey, you can always go back to them and say, how's this working out? How's that working out? It won't be working very well, guys, because the objectivity of the job these days is for the boss to get ahead. And for you to always catch up from behind. Because what they want to do is they want to keep giving you a carrot in your face. Oh, a tip, my bad. They just want to give you a paycheck. With residual income, do you realize you can eat off that for however long the company's up? And for last time I thought about it, Mr. Thomas, we got started in January of 93. So now we're 31 years in the game. Oh, yeah. I do my math now. We 31 years in the game. And every year we have gotten better in the last 31 years. And we're paying out upfront money. We're paying that out now with the comp plan. So if you keep throwing the comp plan in their faces, it should scare them to death. And that's what you want. Remember now, you the robber. You taking your control back. Now you're the robber. Now you got to go back and save everybody else because they stealing your stuff. You might as well go back in and get what's yours. That's how you look at that. What in the residual income are we doing if we're not thinking like that? Now, I had to break this down because the guy was Hispanic. And I had to let him know, guys. I said, the Uber driver, I said, man, we're in 8 Spanish-speaking countries. I said, I'm going to say that again. We're in 8 Spanish-speaking countries. I said, so if you know anybody in 8 different Spanish-speaking countries, all you have to do is join the team, man. You got the platform. You can sit anywhere. You don't have to physically go anywhere. As long as they got an internet connection, man, you can sit next to anybody. Froze him in his boots. Now he got to realize he finna drive the tires off his car when he can casually recognize he already speaks Spanish. He know people in Mexico City. I said, man, we already there. I said, the advantage that you have is that you speak a different language other than the one that you're sitting in. I said, so man, if that's not a win-win situation, I don't know what is. You giving him the facts at that point. Shook him in his boots. You got to give him the facts. And last but not least, guys, I met this lady. Her name is Rajia. She's from Chicago. Rideshare driver. This was 2 days ago. We're backing out of the parking lot, and somebody almost hit her. And she said, oh my God, he almost hit me. I said, well, calm down. I said, well, if he almost hit us, I said, well, then he's at fault. Her mind so fixated on not having a job, she ended up telling me, she said, I don't know what I'd do if I don't have my job. I said, he hit you. She said, I can't afford to have no days off. There we go, guys. You can't afford to have days off if somebody hit you and they're at fault. Your mind's so messed up out here. People's minds so messed up, they can't afford to have days off and the other person's in the wrong. Why? Because they're scared that somebody else is going to take their job. That's all it is. It's a mentality, guys. This lady's so scared if she's in the right, she's still so scared somebody's going to take her job. She don't even want to take off if she in the right. So in other words, you in the hospital somewhere, they hit you, you in the right. And since they got to do an evaluation on what went wrong, and you got cameras and everything, well, you in the right, but you still have a risk in your mind that somebody's going to take your just over broke. When you got somebody like a Mr. Thomas, a beacon of light, that's running around here smelling like a vacation every other day, that you can glean from, because he's been in more countries in the last week than we've been in the last 20 years. If I see another palm tree, if I see another sunset, if I see him walking around another coconut tree, I think I'm gonna snatch his guts out his mouth. I don't understand this, guys, but he's doing it, and I get it now. Hello, wake up. You too can have this too. He's nobody special, guys, and I'll leave it with this. Remember, he's always said when people see him for the first time, they don't know if he's SVP or not, and it doesn't matter. They don't know him. He has to do the same thing we do every day. Reset. He just continues to do it and motivate himself. That's it, guys. What in the residual income are we doing? With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play that video, Mr. Jabri Clemens. You can play it one more time for the people that got on late. I would surely appreciate it. That's been my time. Thank you, guys.
These people play God with your lives. My titi Amalia, my wife's aunt, worked for a company for 19 years. She was months away from retiring. She thought this company was her company. Rain, sleet, or snow, she walked up every day, worked for her bosses, did all type of things for her bosses. She thought they was just one big family. One day the boss came, shut down the business. There is no security in jobs. 19 years the woman went there. They just shut down the business. Now she didn't get no bonus. She didn't get no retirement. She didn't get no warning. A year's passed. Titi Amalia still crying every day. She can't believe these people did this to her. This is why you have to be your own boss. You have to know that the only person that is going to give you security you want is you. Sometimes God gives us setbacks, but he's just setting you up for a comeback.